Parents know that swimming pools can be dangerous for young children, but other areas of the home can pose drowning risks as well. There are steps that parents can take to safeguard their homes, and joining us now to share some of these tips is Ashley Burns, owner of Fish Factory Swim School, which is opening just a couple of weeks here in Albuquerque. Ashley, thank you for coming in.
Sure, we're excited.
So very important. Let's get ahead of the ball. As summer is coming, lots of opportunities for kids to have fun, but we want to make sure that we're safe. So what are some of the areas in the home beside the swimming pool that pose dangers for drowning?
So besides the swimming pool, you're going to want to look at your bathrooms. So you're going to want to look at bathtubs and toilets, because bathtubs are basically going to be just small swimming pools in your home.
Right.
And then a toilet, if the lid is open, a toddler throws a toy in there, they go in to get it, they could tip over, and all of a sudden they've got their head in the water. So you want to make sure those 2 points are really covered in your house.
Okay. Now, so what do we need to do in terms of safeguarding that? Because, you know, I mean, we at home, we try to keep the bathroom closed.
Right.
We have one of the click locks on the toilet. But how do you protect something like a bathtub?
Well, you want to make sure that you're smart around when it's bath time. So making sure that you go into the bathtub with everything that you need for bath time, so that there's no distractions, no phone ringing that you need to answer that makes you want to leave the room.
Gotcha.
So take everything in with you. And then when you're done toweling off the kid, make sure that you visually see that tub empty before you leave the room. So that way you know that the tub is empty, everything is drained, there's no standing water, and that way you're kind of safe to go about the rest of your day.
Right, okay. Now, of course, during the summertime, lots of people are going to be vacationing. So, of course, you know, safeguarding a hotel room, things like that, we might not have those tools that we have at home. So what are your best tips in terms of keeping us safe in hotels, at the beach, and things like that?
Right, so I mean, supervision is really number one. You want to make sure that anytime your child is around water, and not just pools, but really 3 inches of standing water or more, that you're being very vigilant with them.
And that's something you wouldn't really think, you know, you don't think 3 inches is a lot, but that's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
I mean, that's really scary.
And it can happen really quick too.
Yeah, yeah. So what are some of the ages that are probably most at risk? Of course, like I said, I have a 2-year-old at home, and so she likes to get into everything.
Yep.
Are toddlers the one that are at risk? I mean, if they're mobile, they're at risk, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and if they're little too, if they're crawling, they can kind of get stuck in places. So that's where you want to watch out. Like if we have big dogs at home, so we've got big water bowls. But if we had infants, we'd want to make sure we were moving those water bowls or protecting them because they're kind of crawling around. The biggest thing is you want to get your kids enrolled in swim lessons.
Yeah.
The sooner they're in the water, confident, comfortable in the water, the quicker you're going to be safe in the pool.
So of course swim lessons, just so happens that's what you teach
what
over at
we
the
do.
Fish Factory. So tell us a bit about the business.
Okay.
We're opening in a couple of weeks. What services do you offer?
So we offer swim lessons for really all ages. We start at 3 months.
Really?
We do. From 3 months to 3 years old, the kids are in what's called a parent-taught class. So they're in with mom, dad, grandma, some sort of guardian. And what we do is we teach the parents or the caretaker how to interact with the kid in the water.
Okay.
So how to be safe, how to practice some skills that are going to help them when they get a little bit older and go into group lessons. Once kids are 3, they go into our group lessons. We keep our classes really, really small, so there's no more than 3 kids for each instructor.
Oh, that's great.
And that gives us kind of the ultimate peer learning experience. So the kids can learn from each other. They learn from us as the instructors. We make sure our class sizes are small so that we're safe and that the kids are getting as much instruction as possible.
That's fantastic. Fish Factory opening up in just a couple of weeks. Ashley, thank you so much for
you.
all of the tips. And of course, we will have links on our website at casa.com under the Style tab.